This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, yeah, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my wonderful Sports to the Bone family? What's up? What's up? A blessed morning to you all, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing okay. All right, coming up in this one, my viewers and subscribers, we have a couple of things to share with you. But the first thing that I'm going to be zooming in on is a top 10 that I saw on the CWI website yesterday, right? And this is saying the 10 most entertaining Pollard's moment. So we're talking about 10 moments that Pollard entertained the West Indies people. So I'm going to go through this top 10, through the 10 that they have listed here, and then we'll get into the rest of it. So at number 10, they say October 5th, 2012, all-round performance in the 2012 World Cup semi-final versus Australia. They say in 2012 and 2014 World Cup World T20s, West Indies met Australia in the semi-final and in the group stage. And the respective wins were probably their two most clinical performances in both tournaments. They say watching Kieron Pollard swat sixes all over the place offered a glimpse into the past when the Guyanese duo of Alvin Kalitheran and Roy Fredericks produced swashbuckling innings against Ian Chappell's side in 1975-76. Now, Pollard recalled the match to CWI media saying, and I quote, "Coming up against Australia in a World Cup T20 semi-final, you don't need more motivation than that. Chris Gayle was batting brilliantly, and my job was just to finish, and I certainly did that. Overall, these are the knockout games I have always prided myself in standing up for the teams I have played with. That semi-final was the one that helped me to develop that confidence to perform in such matches all over the world." So that is Pollard recalling that thing there. At number 9, they have December 11th, 2011, his maiden ODI century against India. So they say after agonizingly missing out on his maiden century versus Ireland during 2011 World Cup, later that year Pollard in the subcontinent, I think he was around about age 24, corrected that he registered what to date is still his highest ODI score, 119, included 10 huge sixes in that final series there, right? So that is basically the number 9 that they have there. At number 8, they say June 3rd, 2016, match-winning run chase knock against South Africa. And in this, Pollard was playing his first one-day international since the 2014 tour of India during the 2016 Caribbean Choice Series against Australia and South Africa. They say West Indies surprised the odds by getting to the competition final versus Australia, with Pollard topping the host batting averages with 205 runs at an average of 41. They say the tournament opening match in Guyana saw proceedings commencing in West Indies' favor as South Africa were routed out for 188. However, West Indies slipped to 76 for 4 in the run chase and, on the turning wicket before Pollard entered the wicket. Now, he counterattacked the spinners, hitting a whole lot of deliveries over the rope in a runner ball 67 that basically included a couple of towering sixes. So that is what they have at number 8. At number 7, they say June 30, 2012, right? Pollard 6-hitting show with Chris Gayle. Now, it's not often Chris Gayle and Kieron Pollard, the two leading run scorers in T20 cricket history, have batted together in domestic and international cricket. But one of the few times these two dynamic six hitters did it was in the maroon colors in the sunny Florida 2012, a few months before the West Indies secured its maiden T20 world title. Right? Pollard told CWI media on this topic. He's quoted as saying, and I quote, "It was one of these tours where you get an opportunity to play in Florida and just enjoy the moment from both a cricket and personal perspective, where players can mix game preparation with shopping and other stuff in popular tourist destination. I recall the conditions were really hot walking out with Gale going guns blazing. The first ball I faced was hit for a 6, and sometimes all you need is that positive feeling to get your innings going perfectly, with everything hitting the middle of the bat and balls hitting the gaps frequently. At number 7, and remember guys, we're looking at the top 10 most entertaining moments from Pollard according to CWI. At number 6, they say November 27th, 2020, fighting captain's innings in New Zealand. Playing in the first West Indies T20 International after the global pandemic hit in 2020, after winning his 5th IPL title with the Mumbai Indians, Pollard registered the highest T20 international his highest international T20 score, after in over there, and arguably his most significant T20 international innings in the West Indies colours. With wicket tumbling all over the place and all around him, the batsman, with batsmen struggling against the extreme pace of Lucky Ferguson, who clinched a 5 in that game, Pollard, fighting unbeaten captain's knock of 75, saw him fight fire with fire against the Kiwi bowlers to keep West Indies in the contest. Right, at number 5, they have March 23, 2012, maiden ODI century in the Caribbean against Australia. They say 3 months after registering his maiden ODI century in India, Pollard brought that form back home to score his first and only century in the Caribbean, playing in the 4th and penultimate ODI of the 5-match series at the Bushajor Stadium in St. Lucia. Well, it's now called the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground, in which he also coincidentally scored his lone T20 century. Pollard 102 against Australia, and we're talking about a strong Australia attack with Brett Lee leading it and all, propelled the West Indies to a winning score of 294 for 7 from their 50 overs. So that is at number 5. At number 4, they have the 18th of February Mature 100 down under. Right, West Indies visited Australia in February 2013 after winning the 2012 T20 World Cup. The hosts already held an unassailable 3-0 lead down under in that 5-match series, in which Kieron Pollard had scores of 0, 1, and 9, right, as the team struggled. Now, in the 4th ODI, Pollard, who credits Sarwan for giving him tips in playing spin that day to curb his natural attacking instincts, stepped up manfully, while the rest of the batting lineup basically fluttered around, from the spin and all of that. He actually scored 109, right? And 109 not out. That is, let us add the not out to carry his bat until the West Indies were bowled out. So that is number 4. At number 3, that ridiculous catch to dismiss Glenn Maxwell, I think it was. So you guys will remember that catch on the boundary that he leapt all the way up in the air, way up in the air, and took that catch right on the edge of the boundary. Right, at number 2, we're talking about March 14th, 2021, the series winnings knock versus Sri Lanka. They say when Kieron Pollard inherited the West Indies white ball captaincy in 2019, in the 50 overs cricket, the team had not won a one-day international series between October 14. One of the series won under his leadership was that 3-0 whitewash at home versus Sri Lanka. Now, Pollard himself played a key role in securing this series triumph with an unbeaten 53 not out in a run chase to make sure West Indies did not slip. And number 1, the most entertaining moment from Kieron Pollard in the West Indies colours, as you can guess, right? 6 sixes in a row. Kieron Pollard. You remember Ian Bishop going bizarre, right? So it would have been that those 6 sixes that he was actually able to get when we played against Sri Lanka there. So those are the 10 most entertaining moments according to CWI that we would have gotten from Kieron Pollard in West Indies colours. So yeah, just had to spend the time and go through it, my viewers and subscribers. I mean, the man is out of international cricket. I saw it up there, so I said, all right, let me just put in a video and share it with you guys. So that is basically it for this one, my viewers and subscribers, as it relates to Mr. Kieron Pollard. So just to finish up, my viewers and subscribers, so let us talk a little bit about the white ball captaincy now. Seeing that we're on the Pollard topic, right? Who is really going to take over this captaincy? I want to know. The popular name that is coming up is Nicholas Pooran. More than likely he will get it, right? But I am curious to know the sort of direction that we are looking to go. West Indies, CWI that is. Are we going to give Pooran the captaincy for both formats, white ball formats, ODI and T20, and then ask Hetmyer to vice captain both formats also? Or are we going to ask Pooran to lead both ODI and T20 and then ask Hetmyer to vice captain the T20 and Shai Hope continue as vice captain for the ODI? That is what I am here thinking about, and I know it is going to be sorted out pretty soon. I am thinking probably as soon as the IPL is finished, they are going to be having a meeting to really start. I mean, meetings probably going on now to basically look at that, but to put it together and to announce it. We are looking probably after the IPL, because I guess they're going to say, well, the players are out, you don't want to, whatever. But it's really interesting, my viewers and subscribers, because the World Cup is not too far away from now, and whoever the leader is, you want the players to become aware or to become comfortable with that particular person's leading style, so our leadership style. So yeah, we're just going to have to sit and wait, my viewers and subscribers. I just thought that I would just put it in there, because Powell make a couple of runs in the last 2 games, and I see persons start throwing his name out there to say he should be given the captaincy. So I just put it out there to see what amount of persons going to put in the comment section that Powell should get the captaincy. But we're going to leave this one right here for now, my sports to the Bone family. Big up on yourselves, in.